Hello, welcome to my stream. If you're new here, I'm Gil. If you want to, please say hi in the chat. I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV and just running dungeons to get the Moogle Tomestones. I do have one more mount that I wish to grab, which is the one that looks kind of like Okami, but I can't remember its name. But I have 13 to go. So thank you for joining me on my journey, and I hope you find it entertaining. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask them in chat. I'm gonna sit down. It's my tradition when just running a bunch of dungeons to be cutely seated somewhere. And all right, let's get going. And do let me know if you see any problems with how it's streaming. I am trying to test to make sure that everything is coming over okay. So yesterday I already did the Stone Vigil and Arm Veil, so I'm going to skip those. Because as far as I'm concerned, I did them today. Alright, let's heal some folks. One thing that's a shame for me about the Moogle Tomestones collecting is that they only do under 50 dungeons and raids and such, and healing is not very interesting. I mean, depending on the tank, of course, it can be exciting, but that's about it. Let's go. That was nice of the tank to start off asking if anyone's new. Not used to that. I'm used to just declaring if I'm new. I don't know what's the holdup. So while I prefer healing with White Mage, because I think it's just the most direct healing class, and they give you a lot of options for doing basically heal 2, cure 2. I love the Astrologian's flair with everything they do. It is really addictive. I have pulled this Spire like three times now. And the Ewer twice. I am a ranged DPS queen today. Where's he going? I mean, there's losing aggro and then just the enemy getting bored and leaving, I guess. By the way, if you're not as familiar with Final Fantasy XIV and don't understand something that's going on, please definitely put it in chat. Probably won't be able to address it unless I can take my eyes away from the screen for a moment, but I'll definitely get to your question. Oh, here we go. Right here. Well, I admit I kind of saw that coming. You gotta be kidding me. Why is this happening? Okay. Hopefully the tank doesn't die twice more. This is one of those moments that makes you question how good a healer you are, but I'm pretty sure none of that was my fault. All right. How did that come from? Was this a treasure chest there? Has it always been there? How many times have I played this dungeon? Is it still there? What the fuck? Back to healing, I guess. Oh hey, welcome new followers. I got 3 now. That's exciting. I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am currently getting my heal on. Oop, not me. And we are doing the Sunken Temple of Karn. Our tank is named Biggie Smalls, and I think that's just great. Who wants healing? Dog pile. Hey Jess, nice to see you. Thank you for joining the stream, and I love the Pikachu. I love the little potato Lalafels. I just prefer being a cat boy. Welcome, Charchalk. Thanks for joining in chat. How's everybody doing today? I'm on vacay from work, so it's a good week to set up my life for streaming. Yeah, I of course around this time would have liked to have, like, you know, a real vacation, but my body was saying, Gil, it is time to rest. I was really starting to get restless at work. Not that I don't have plenty to do. Agreed. Rest is good. That's my campaign slogan 2020. Read my lips. Rest is good. So I will give a big ups to our tank, who has held aggro in this dungeon better than like the last 7 I've done. Thank you to Biggie Smalls. You were living up to the name of being a good person. Miggy's Wonderful World. So, fun fact on this puzzle, I have never done it myself and I have no idea what the answers are. I do know the clue is the Uldon flag, but conveniently enough, you cannot look at the flag like from your teleport menu or anything while, you know, here. So every time that puzzle gets solved, it's like me thanking somebody tall for getting something out of the cupboard, which I know is a bad analogy because I'm 6 foot. Whatevsies though. I don't want that. What server are you on, Charchalk? Or what data center, I guess? Oh, nice. I'm on Hyperion, so. That was a waste. So, last week or a couple days ago, get these people off of me. Come on. Anybody? Last week I played with probably the worst team I ever had, and I'm talking like in years. Can anybody keep this guy off of me? I feel like this team is just asking for me to sink with the ship here. Jesus Christ. I pull it to the pad, but I'm not going to be the one killing it. Fine. Fine. This is fine. And we failed. Oop, no. Is anybody interested in taking out the mirrors? This does not have to be like this. Okay. Obviously my commendation is going to Biggie Smalls, who tried. I'm just gonna say thank you. Let's deny the loot forever. And I'm gonna leave. And I got no commendations. Am I bitter? Yes. It's fine. So what are we at? 40. Just need 10 more. All right. Don't need this anymore. Do Cutter's Cry instead there. Bam. Wait, did I do this? I did this on Vigil yesterday. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You're not kidding, Charchok. Like, I'm not gonna claim to be like the best healer, but like, if the tank doesn't pull stupid shit, like, I'm good. I can keep people alive. But then you have those tanks that, like, I don't know, they're in some kind of hurry or something like that. Like, I don't get the motivation at all to pull all the aggro. We're not in a hurry. We have literally 90 minutes to do this, and I understand even if you just do every group individually, it will not take 90 minutes. It won't even take half that. Yeah, you have these tanks that are just like, I'm going to pull everything up until the first boss. I'm like, sure, sound tactic. I'm going to let you die. I'm going to hope you die. In the midst of all that, hello. If you see me shifting around a little bit, it's because I have poor posture and forget to correct it. So one thing that Astrologian has over White Mage is that they get the opportunity to heal all with regen or some kind of buff at 42, whereas White Mage gets it at 50. So every time I want to do Medica 2 in these dungeons as a White Mage, I'm just like, oh, right. Square doesn't want me to. Grab the dragon. You have a dragon running amok. Girl. You can't name yourself after a really good Bjork song and then pull bad tanking like that. I mean, I'm assuming their name is for a Bjork song. I don't know why anybody would name themselves Yoga otherwise. Reasons, 0. So I'll admit, I have never actually played tank. I do not know what it's like. And I'm speaking from the very privileged position of having to heal them. I do think at some point when I max out all my magical DPS and mages and healers, that I will try a tank class. But that won't be for a while, will it? Oh, you just get right into it. Just stand in front of the fire, it's fine. Y'all. No, of course, I've made that mistake of standing in front of his attack a bunch of times, but I learned, and they all should have learned. Come on. Y'all miss this, I swear. Good. Good. Oh, welcome new followers. Yeah, I'm up to 5. As you can see, and as I've announced, I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am trying to earn more Moogle Tomestones so I can get the last mount that I want in the current Moogle Tomestone event. It's one that kind of looks like Okami. If you know the name, feel free to drop it in chat because I have never committed it to memory. And I'm currently playing as a healer, Astrologian. It is a very cool and flashy class, even if it's not necessarily my favorite. I love just seeing the spells more than executing them, I think. Feel free to say hello in chat, or feel free to lurk. There is no pressure to do anything. Just be kind. Rewind. Fire. This summoner needs to focus on not healing themselves. Thank you. It's making me feel insufficient. I don't come to your job at Costco and ring up my own goods. Hey, Eric. Fist bump to you. So, once again, I do ask, how is everybody doing? I'm curious about your days because this is basically mine, except for we're taking the cats to the vet later. Senpai noticed you, and he's disappointed. Just so everybody knows, and so everybody's children will someday know, Son of an Immigrant is my best friend ever from high school. We are still besties. And one day that will end fighting atop a mountain. There can be only one best friend. I know that sounds like it doesn't work, but Luke's here. It is not hard to find them. They are currently streaming. How'd you get poisoned? Why are you poisoned? All I ask as a healer is that nobody get hurt. I'm the mom with the band-aid that just wants their kid to take care of themselves. Dragon. So there's a mechanic where this dragon comes and you have to shoot him with a cannon. And I was saying, they're like, well, if you're all going to hang out over there, I hope somebody else is running the cannon. Typically, if the tank pulls the boss to the door over there, I'm more than happy to run the cannon. Cannons are how you get rid of dragons. FYI. Actually, if I recall correctly, the hard version of this dungeon involves taking out a dragon with a cannon. Oh, girl. Don't suck me. Thanks, Jess. I knew you would. Why are you hitting me? Why can't everything just mind its own business? I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to heal her. How did this happen? Who did this? So like one of the DPS just pulls aggro without waiting for the tank. Awesome. You know, y'all deserve everything that's coming. So for those who don't know, my friend Jess here, Hey Games, does her own streaming. Feel free to say whenever the next time you're going to stream is, but I forget the organization you do it for. Not because I don't pay attention, but because I don't listen. So don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. I got you, boo. Alright, so Hey Games streams for Geek Therapy, and she will be streaming at noon, and that's Pacific time, so that means it'll be 3 p.m. Eastern time. I am in the Eastern time zone. She's all the way in the Bay Area, and I miss her. Don't forget to write your PDTs, Jess. I mean, as of now with the pandemic and self-isolating and everything like that, I miss literally everybody, but I haven't seen my California friends in years because I no longer have a job that has me traveling there. I am way overdue on a Bay Area trip. There are people I want to see. I just want to hug everybody. I want to hug every cat. And by cat, I mean person. And by person, I mean cat. We're gonna save this card for later. Don't tell anybody. So I recently learned, because I forgot from my own experience, that the cutscene that introduces this boss is the longest on Earth. I ended up taking like selfies with the other characters while we were waiting for one person to finish his cutscene last week. And you're just playing solitaire in another window, waiting for it to be over. Ah, that was a waste. Ooh, no. Girl. Where are you at? Okay. Let's put my stank on the dragon and get back to healing. Rude. So this is a point where like I like Medica 2. Or I would like Medica 2, but I don't have availability if I'm playing White Mage. So Astrologian wins this one. Oh, I'm failing my DPS here. If this dragon don't stop. Oh no, I just won something I don't want. Oh my god, I won 2 things I don't want. This is fine. Jesus. Ooh. What do you got next? Oh, it's over there. So those not familiar with the Astrologian class, it's a healer class, thus inherently opposed to tanks. And the unique aspect of the class is that I can pull these cards from the ether really fucking fabulously. And they provide stat boosts. Now in patch 5.1 or 2, with one of the Shadowbringers patches, they made all the cards more or less do the same thing, just some are better for range DPS and some are better for close-up DPS. I don't know the word. And people were angry about it, but it made my life so much simpler because I could not remember what each individual card did, and there were 6 of them. And it's just like, do you want me healing or do you want me reading the text description? It's up to you. I don't want this. Am I full on headgear? Oh shit. This is fine. This is fine. Alright, where am I on the Moogle Tomestones? I need 7. Let's jump on it. Alright. So somebody... Oh, I wanted to test something. Thanks. Okay. So, I don't know. I set up a timer to put this out, but... But anyway, yeah. I'm not running a Tiltify because this organization that was recommended to me by Tanya, Cypher of Tier on Twitter and on Twitch, recommended raising money for a Center for Black Equity, dedicated to achieving equality and social justice for Black LGBTQ plus community through health equity, economic equity, and social equity. As we should know, the key at this point with getting everybody on the same level is not just equality, because it's not enough that we have the same rights, because institutional racism and homophobia and other bigotry automatically sets some people down regardless of what the law is. So equity shoots to give marginalized people a boost up and give them more opportunities. So I'm always down for that. So if you can give some money to Center for Black Equity, go ahead and do that. My donation counter has nothing to do with that. It has to do with my Streamlabs donation page, which I won't be sharing yet. So feel free to donate. You don't have to tell me, but thank you if you do. All right, let's do another dungeon. Just want to see something. Okay. Oh, by the way, everybody, is the stream coming over okay? This is my first time. I didn't realize Streamlabs defaulted to 720 resolution. The first time I did a test stream, like over the weekend. Right now I'm doing 1080. Is everything coming through okay? Are you hearing me okay? Is it choppy? Choppy. Feedback is appreciated, but not like mic feedback. That would hurt. Thank you, Jess. I only needed one opinion. Good. I'm glad everything looks sharp. I'm glad that everything is coming over okay. Admittedly, I am playing a game with a 7-year engine. Hopefully when I start doing Dragon Age Inquisition, the quality does not drop. It like it's hot. All right. So thanks for that feedback. If you guys do notice any technical issues on the stream, feel free to point them out, and I will just cry. I mean, what else am I going to do? All right. So let's go back to joining. I'm down to only 4 dungeons I haven't done today. And I only need 7 irregular tomestones. All right. So just to warn you folks, this is one of the story dungeons that has unskippable cutscenes. Unskippable cutscenes. And it also turns out to be like kind of a clusterfuck. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate your support. So I do apologize, but whatever you see as the timer on this dungeon is literally the timer on the dungeon. Because it just takes a long time. Castra Meridianum is the second to last dungeon that you run in the original main campaign, the main story quest. And it is... it can be a bit of a slog, but then, as I said, it's the second to last one. The last one, the Praetorium, is the worst offender. Oh my god, we lost a tank and a DPS in like the last, while loading the dungeon. Like, we can't move. Oh, who am I up against? We have a scholar. So generally, astrologians can have similar abilities to scholars or similar abilities to white mages, and it's always best to see what the other healer is doing to do the opposite. This has never happened to me where everybody just drops out. I have never experienced this ever. Like, what? I'm not doing XP. Hey, Wayne. Thank you for joining. You just missed me joining a dungeon. and literally everybody quitting, which has never happened to me, despite what Charchalk is saying here in chat. This is so stupid. So everybody should know Wayne Wanyo Dos here. Same on Twitter. Oh God, please just stop. Wayne did my Twitter banner, which I'm using as my not correctly sized Twitch banner because it wasn't made for that. Wayne is an extremely talented pixel artist. Well, artist in general, but his pixel art is so good. Thank you for the feedback, Wayne. Wayne has worked on like a number of video games. Among them, the only one that I currently own is Sashimi, which is where you play as a goldfish with guns in 10-second levels. Which is a play on the idea about their memory being like 10 seconds. I got you, Wayne. I love you. And I miss you too. Yeah, so a little bit on why I'm using Wayne's banner. It is, why do we have no tanks still? Oh my God. This is so embarrassing, but it's funny. So when going through all the Twitch startup guides, the creators camp, they basically said like, oh, you only need a few tools to start with. You know, you just need a computer, you just need a camera, you just need streaming software and a game to play. You also need your entire branding and marketing strategy for the next 5 years or so, and a moderator right off the bat. And I'm like, okay, I can handle none of those things. So I decided, what kind of aesthetic do I want to go for? And I have always loved, oh my God, we have tanks. I have always loved the banner that Wayne made me. He did it with practically no suggestions. I think he just based it off of my personality. Whatever reasons he did it for, I think he did a bang up job, and I decided this is the best aesthetic. So all my colors are completely derived from the palette that I picked off of the banner that he made me. Everything in my overlay are literal colors from that banner. I'm using my username color from those colors and text colors and everything like that. And the backgrounds with the stars, I tessellated the stars from that image. But Wayne is going to make me an even better one eventually when he has time, because he's a good person. And that's enough about how Wayne supports me and my branding strategy. Oh shit, I forgot that I actually have this ability. Wayne, I literally asked you just to make like the buildings in Sky, but you're going to do something extra and I just know it. And thank you. Welcome new viewers. I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am doing dungeon running to collect Moogle Tomestones to turn in for mounts. And I am currently stuck in Castra Meridianum. You missed the epic moment of literally 5 people leaving the dungeon as soon as it loaded. So now it's kind of a messy. I do really rely on the tanks being my F2 and F3 selections when doing healing, and now they are F7 and 8, and I'm completely messed up. I am going to set myself on fire. So a feature, not a bug, of Castrum Meridianum is that it has unskippable cutscenes that everybody must suffer through. There are apparently extremely inconvenient cheats for getting around this, which I think includes switching to Japanese dialogue because it is communicated faster. And I think also quitting the game entirely and rejoining the dungeon. But of course that puts everybody who does that at a completely different place. So I don't think it's fair or right to do it. So anyway, the benefit though, of course, is that you just got to see Sid, this game's Sid, who is so hot. Like, I don't know what to do. I call him Sid Daddy. Sid, if you're out there, call me. Wayne, I would love it if you played Final Fantasy XIV and we could just gab about it. I totally understand not having time for things. I literally only make time for video games, but like you have a life that you're trying to support, and I respect that. Yes, I am on Hyperion. I am thinking of doing a world transfer because I don't really have friends in Hyperion, but if you joined, I'd be your friend and I'd love you forever. More than I already love you forever. Oh my god, these tanks being at the bottom of my list. And I'm referring to the list that's over here on the left, in my upper left. Basically, I can select them from the keyboard in order from F1 to F8, F1 being me. And it completely messes, and typically the tanks are F2 and F3 in a group this size, and it's completely screwing me up that they're 7th and 8th. My hands like don't know what they need to select anymore. Help. Well, Wayne, I would love to meet your friends on Hyperion. Admittedly, like, I have friends on Hyperion. It's just as soon as the new content came out, it's like, well, we're going to focus on that. Not that they said that, like, explicitly to me, but, like, I got lonely. I am lonely. Night milk. I don't know how I feel about night milk. Ooh, we're up to 6 now. World record for Gil. So, welcome, new viewer. I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, and I am healing in Castrum Meridianum. And so far, it's a little messy. Why you know Melee? Howdy, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Do you play Final Fantasy? Awesome. Well, thank you for coming to watch me. I'm not that great, but I do my best. If you don't mind me asking, what is the meaning of why you know Melee? I'll be honest, the last Smash game I played in earnest was Melee on the GameCube because I haven't owned a Nintendo console since. But the whole fighting about the different Smash versions is like Chrissy Teigen Grimace. I don't know why people can't just enjoy themselves. And thank you, Wayne. Wayne says, MMOs aren't about being great, they're about the fun and friends you made along the way. I agree, though I have a coworker that does savage raids and would beg to disagree. It was dark times. I would love to get into fighting games, but they are literally too technical to excel at for me. And I tend to reach this point with fighting games where, yep, totally gay. I tend to reach this point with fighting games where, you know, I play it intensely for a little bit and I get like decent-ish with a character. You know, I learn some combos and I make sure I know their special moves pretty decently. And then what happens is like I play what is going on? And then I play like against my friends and like I'm constantly beating them purely by virtue of the fact that like I just know more moves or combos than they do. Not by virtue of me being like particularly skilled or them being bad. Like it's no judgment on them whatsoever. And then so I go like, okay, obviously like I need utter challenge because they get a little tired of being beaten. And so I try going online, and as soon as I go online, it is like I get schooled by one person spamming the same special move repeatedly, and it becomes like this complete embarrassment. And so then I have no fun because my friends don't really want to play for too long, and I don't want to play against other people online. I admire everybody who gets into fighting games, though. I do think that it takes an incredible amount of skill, and I respect everybody who hones that, everybody who does their thing, whether competitively or just at home or whatever. Like, to really learn a fighting game is masterful. You have to have like reflexes. And I don't mean like physical reflexes. I mean, you have to literally know what you want to do in response to something going on the screen within a split second. And I know for a fact that that's like not in my wheelhouse. That's not putting myself down. But at some point I just said, I'm not going to keep buying fighting games. Yeah, I agree with you. Watching people play fighting games is generally more fun for me. Well, I'm not able to appreciate the technical aspects of it. Like, when like, because people people who really get into fighting games like count frames and things like that. Like, so I can't appreciate when somebody does like something technical. When somebody does something like kind of amazing, like that really popular Chun-Li versus Ken fight in Street Fighter Alpha, where the guy literally blocked every Chun-Li kick in time with the combo or whatever. I was like I'm sure like they were going wild for themselves, but like I wanted to scream. Oh, Third Strike, yeah. Street Fighter game I haven't played. We'll just call it that. But I love seeing that kind of stuff. That is wild. You're just sitting there watching on your phone in bed and like you just want to get up and cheer. So this is where everybody tries to attack the healer. I am all too used to this. Yeah, you're right about needing time to commit, Wayne. As much time as I devote to video games, I would have to devote myself to one fighting game to truly master it, or a character, or its mechanics. It is research. There's no getting around it. You know, people can put down stuff like that all the time, but like that is really honing your mind for something. Regarding Smash, though, I always felt that the competitive aspect of Smash, where like people play on Final Destination level with no items, is I feel like it's counter to the spirit of the game. And I mean, like, people can do with the game whatever they want. Like, I don't believe in like doing everything the developers want to do, but like, I don't know. I just want to throw Pokeballs all day when I play Smash, and I feel like that's how people should play competitively too. Oh, thank you, Key Harmony, for the follow. I really appreciate that. Thank you for coming on stream. Thank you, everybody, for coming on stream. I'm up to 8 viewers, which is the most I ever had for my second stream ever. I'm so happy you guys are joining me. As I say in my rules, feel free to lurk. I'm totally happy if you want to chat. As healer for some of these dungeons, I can't always look away. Caster Meridianum does give some key points to look at chat. But I'm really happy you're here. And we're down to 7 because I called out the fact that people were watching. My name is Gil. I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. And if you do want to donate anywhere, don't give it to me. Please go directly to the Center for Black Equity page and donate there. This is an important time for Black people and LGBTQ people. It's Pride Month. It's Juneteenth tomorrow, and we need to be doing everything we can for our Black community members. So, do gay people get insulted, get offended for being called gay? That is a complicated question that I'm happy to answer. So I'm going to use your words, getting called gay. Getting called gay is typically an insult. Being referred to as gay is not. I hope you understand my distinction. Like, some people will call people gay just to insult them. You have to understand the intent of why somebody's saying it. Otherwise, gay people call themselves gay. And a number of words have been reclaimed, like queer and such. But at the end of the day, you know, I am a homosexual, but if you're calling me a homosexual to put me down, then obviously you think of homosexual as down. So the intent matters. But thank you for asking that question. I understood that you're coming from a good place there. I won't be using the F word when it comes to gay people on stream. And that's out of respect for people who don't appreciate that word. And it is a word that I will use like with friends or with people I know or something like that. Again, that's a reclamation thing, but it is a tougher word to swallow for a lot of the LGBTQIA plus community. started referring to people who are gay LGBTQ because I wanted to avoid that. If you know they're gay, call them gay. Well, refer to them as gay, as I made that distinction before. It's very important when it comes to matters of identity and gender, particularly for our trans community members. If you know they identify as something in particular, please use what you know they identify as. If you don't know, definitely referring to them as LGBTQ or using they for pronouns is typically okay. You will navigate those situations yourself. The most important thing is to be coming from a good place. And not everybody will always understand you're coming from a good place, but the point is to keep trying. If you think it's going to be controversial, I am not a trans person, and I may not be the best to speak, and I worry about whatever you ask offending other people in chat. So please just keep that in mind. All right, thank you. If I'm ever hosting a trans person or somebody else says that they want to answer the question, that's another thing. I definitely am familiar with a lot of trans issues, but I hate to be an advocate on something that you recognize yourself may be controversial. Thank you, user experience. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for joining. I'm really happy that you came. Of course, I put a target on my back by shooting her with the cannon. FYI, Livius S. Junius is fabulous. Her armor is amazing. I wish I could wear it at all because it is stunning. I do have her mount, the white Magitech thing, because I love it very much. But, you know, it's the most I could do. They don't allow healers to dress like her, or mages. Hey, why you know melee? Consider just sending me a DM on Twitter or something. As I said, I'd rather spare anybody in chat if it is something controversial or may be offensive or triggering. I don't think we're really doing anything now. All right. Thank you for respecting my wishes. That is a huge part in being an ally. I don't know how the whisper thing works on this thing, if that's a way to ask. You mean for Moogle Tomestones? It's been a lot. It's not my favorite because they always choose the same dungeons, including Castle Meridianum and Praetorium. So it's very easy for me to become fatigued. I don't really do dailies generally. So just when this pops up, because I'm usually working on like other things, like this is when I start doing dungeons again, and like it's fun, but it's also like I just want variety, bro. I'd rather do the dailies. Like I wish they would just do the Moogle Tomestones on the dailies and just let me get on with my life. No, I haven't seen this video. I've actually never played Blue Mage, and I don't think I've even encountered one in the wild. Um, Thank you for reminding me that that was a thing I had wanted to check out at some point, though. I don't even remember how that party is even supposed to work. I thought they couldn't do dungeons. Wasn't that their thing? What can't they do? So particularly for this boss fight, everybody just piles on her because there's no point in healing. Oh, I can let this out. It has to be through a party finder, so they can't team up with their friends. Oh, I get it. Okay, that dungeon took 10 years off my life. I'm going to compliment the other healer because they stayed, and that's it. You guys get nothing. They can't queue for a dungeon. Messy. That's wild, though, that video. I'd have to check that out. All right, where are we at? Oh, we're at 50. I have reached my goal. Let me go get the mount that I want, and I get to show it off for all my new viewer friends. Of which I have less. And everybody else who wants to participate in chat, please feel free to chime in, but also feel free to lurk. I hope you're just enjoying watching me play. If you are, that means you just enjoy watching Final Fantasy generally, and I appreciate that. I hope everybody's having a good day as well. This is basically the first thing I'm really doing today. After I wake up, I usually play a little Dragalia Lost until I get bored of it. Alright, Reveling Kamui. That's what I want. And I have exactly 50. Thank God. So let's blow the whistle. So Wayne asks, what class am I? I am an astrologian. I get this globe. They're called globes, and they have these tarot cards. And I pull them from the ether and then just cast them somewhere. It is flashy, but yeah, I get the doggo. Astrologian. So, like, what's funny about me is that I do not actually have any interest whatsoever in tarot or astrology. It's not something like I base my anything on. But I love the aesthetic of it in games and anime and things like that. I love magic and things, you know, stuff that I basically don't believe in real life necessarily. And Astrologian is just super flashy and interesting. Everything they do is like really pretty. And then when you get to like the 60s, you get like this absurd dome. Oh no, this is at 58 or whatever. Like, I'm just floating in a dome. Like, look at me. This is ridiculous. It's And there are very few reasons to use the floaty dome because if you do anything at all, move or use a move or something like that, it gets canceled out. But it's so pretty. And then this thing that I haven't had yet to use because I don't have access to dungeons that allow me to be this level. This thing that's called Earthly Dominance. So you just launch this star, and if you just let it sit there for a little bit, it turns into Giant Dominance, which can be stellar detonated, and then you get this fucking thing. Look at this shit. It is so pretty. I love it so much. Is the dome more of a raid thing where you can do it in combination with other healers? So the dome, as I use it, and it may or may not be wrong, and I'm not looking for suggestions. The dome, as I use it, is for anything where the boss is going to launch a strike on everybody in one spot, which does happen in a number of higher level boss fights and some raids. So basically, when like the boss like leaves the arena and they're going to come like crashing through in like one spot and everybody gathers together, that's a good time to use the dome because it does both regen and also like I think it reduces like what 10% of damage or something like that. Yeah, 10%. So that's good. And if you have multiple people doing different dome things, like both white mage and scholar also have their own domes. The white mage dome is Asylum, which is just a regen dome. But then if I change to Scholar, I can't actually show it here. Hold on. Let's warp somewhere. Go to Tail Feather. So the Scholar also has a dome, and basically the Astrologian dome, Collective Unconscious, is a combo of the two. It's a good dome. I turned mount music back on for this stream. I normally actually have it off, and I forgot that they even have music. So I need to be in battle to get the energy I need to do my dome. But here's my dome. Yeah. So, yeah. You basically take 10% less damage. So that's that. I'm happy with the changes they made to Scholar because they finally did what everybody sarcastically tweeted about and turned them into a healing class. So that's exciting. So let's take a look at my new mount because that's what all of this was for. The Reveling Kamui. Summon forth your Reveling Kamui, blessed wolf who shall not be bound by such corporeal laws as gravity or aerodynamics. I agree, fuck that shit. Reveling Kamui. Upon receiving from his Kojin worshippers the offering of a sad orphaned wolf pup, Susano proceeded to grant him the gift of flight, as well as an impressive coat of glowing fur, that he might be worthy of the revel. Okay, so this is totally in line with me calling it the Okami mount, because Susano is one of the characters in the Shinto mythology that is referenced in Okami. I ain't got words to mince with whelps, unless that is you're here to become a wolf. Curious Gorge. I don't know her. All right, let's take a look at this thing. So cute. I love it. Let's fly. Very cute. All right. So I hope everybody feels that watching me play dungeons for an hour and a half was worth it, because I think it was worth it. I am going to do a few things. I still like doing the elite marks. So let's search for one. Barbastel and Lower Lanosea. Lanosha, sorry. Lanosea is how I pronounce it in my head. For I don't know how many hours of playing this game until somebody said Lanosha in a cutscene. I'm like, is anybody with me? Would anybody immediately pronounce that as Lanosea? Am I alone? So my method for finding any of these elite marks is literally just running around the map until I get the clue. Everybody welcome Chisky77, my smartass husband, who nobody asked. The music for this mount is cute. It's very Okami-like. Everything is Okami to me. Oh, I sense my mark to the west. There he is. Hey, girl. All right, let's slaughter you. And that's it, because I am OP for this. All right, just a reminder, if you do want to donate anywhere, don't donate to me. Please donate to the Center for Black Equity, dedicated to achieving equality and social justice for Black LGBTQ plus community through health equity, economic equity, and social equity, which equity is more important than just shooting for equality. We need to raise the marginalized people up so that they can be on even footing. All right, and then I want Thextera from Geranium Forelands. Oh, I was in the right area anyway. Oh, what's a wasted aetheryte ticket between friends? So at this point, I'm not going to be doing any dungeon running. I will be able to pay more attention to chat, so feel free to ask any questions. If you are familiar with Final Fantasy, feel free to tune in on how you like the game or things that you find fun or do. And if you don't not familiar with Final Fantasy, feel free to just talk about that. And again, feel free to let me know if everything on the stream is working out good. The point of this stream was to test that I could stream at all. I was testing a higher resolution than I had tried in the past, and I just want to make sure everything is smooth and that I sound okay. So if I don't sound okay or the stream is not smooth, feel free to chime in and let me know. Right now I'm searching for this mark, Thextera, and they generally can be anywhere. Oh, thank you, Jess. You're perfect. Francesco El Hey Games is Jess from one of my former writers from Game Revolution. I know you remember her. I believe she joined us for one of our San Jose Steakhouse roasted mushroom adventures. That steakhouse was so good. I don't even eat steak, and I didn't eat steak there, but they had really good food, and those mushrooms were divine. We miss you too, Jess. Just gonna keep trying to search for this fellow, Thextera. Look at this thing. But thank you for watching, Wayne. And I know you're still going to keep watching, but it was really nice to hear from you in chat. One day you could have the other half of this heart. I mean, I own both halves, but you could do this too. So thank you so much. Please work hard and get that money, girl. You earned it. Meanwhile, everybody else, I hope everybody is having a good day. Feel free to let me know what you're up to today. Hopefully it's something cute. Thank you, Francesco, my husband, for following me. You know, thought he'd be my first follower, but he wasn't. It's fine. So if I don't find this guy, I'm gonna do what I normally do. If I don't find this guy, I'm gonna do what I normally do, which is consult Google. So just so you're aware, I'm trying to find Thextera, the elite mark for this week in the Heavensward worlds. And so far, it is a struggle. But I have faith. So, for those of you who are not familiar with my husband, he is Muffin_Chips on Twitter. Aside from being a sassy gay on social media, he is an extremely brilliant film scholar and critic. And if you really want to talk film, he is the smartest person. He also is well versed in literature and other things as well. I only know video games, and I will never be his equal. Oh, I sense my mark to the... Oh, there he is. He's literally right there. Okay. By the way, I love my anima weapon. I don't know. Look at this. Like, so I'm dressed like the gayest ice princess you have ever seen. And I now have the gayest, like, butterfly, whatever the heck is happening, weapon in the world. I have never been happier. The only way I could be happier is if my nutkin joined me. And Wayne, if you're still watching, I just want you to know that this could be in your future. I'm going to take a picture because we're so cute. Okay. But we are here to do a job. We are here to kill Thextera for just being alive. All right. That was as brief as I expected it to be. So, love you. Oh, listen to this music. So for anyone that didn't hear me, I turned mount music back on today to make it a little more interesting for stream. And I actually have no idea what music most of my mounts have. I was getting annoyed when I had like 1 or 2 mounts because I would hear the same music over and over and over again. And it turns out I'm missing out. I'm missing out on this like girl group chanting for my beautiful lightning horse. I love you, lightning horse. This is so good. All right, so I'm going to buy some Aetheryte tickets because that's what I do with these seals. And then, you know what? The bonus custom delivery for today is river shrimp, which would mean fishing, which is relaxing but not exciting. Would everybody be cool watching me fish, or I could do daily dungeons and actually have like more variety in dungeons? Feel free to comment below on what you would like to see me do, more dungeons or fishing. So Eric is telling me fish. That is 1 vote fish. That is 2 votes fish. All right, we're fishing, which means actually returning to the place that I killed Dextera. But it's fine. I can travel back and forth like a crazy person. Okay. So let's go back to Tailfeather. Because I got 2 votes fish. Oh yeah. Let's listen to some mount music while I get into Fishing Town. Fishing Town is not actually a place, I'm just calling it that. Won't you take me to Fishing Town? The official theme of Fishing Town. This is very relaxing music for this creepy looking beautiful thing. I love my Laurel Gubu. I was so happy when I got it. Alright, I usually like to fish here. Fish. Alright, so let's switch to Fisher. Let's check our lure, still the same, Brute Leech. And, alright. I usually just start with a plain cast so I can sit down. I think it's very cute that if you use the sit command while fishing, you will generate a chair from the ether to sit down on. I mean, it makes sense, like for posture. All right, gonna throw that out. Oh, and I forgot I need to collect collectible fish. So I'm putting on my collector's glove. For those who don't know, collector's glove somehow makes it so that some of the fish you collect, or if you're gathering some of the items that you gather, or if you're crafting some of the things that you craft, collectibles, which can then be exchanged for something or other. So I'm trying to get river shrimp, but I will not tolerate anything less than the best, so I need to get river shrimp with a collectability of 142. My best odds at that are using abilities that increase the quality of the fish that I get, but it also costs a lot of gathering points, which are the magic points for gatherers. So we're going to be here a while, and thank you for joining me. Let me just update the stream so I can just say fishing for river shrimp. All right. That way, no bones about it. Do not expect anything interesting. All right. So let me put on my high quality hat and start fishing. So the way this high quality mode that I put on works is that for 2 minutes, it will increase the quality, the chances of getting high quality fish when I cast, but it also makes it way more possible that when I try to pull the line that I will lose the fish. So I have to use these abilities at the bottom, precision hook set and powerful hook set, to overcome that for even more GP. It's kind of a silly system, but it works. That's how they made fishing RPG-like. But it can be very long and boring sometimes. Note that this is 1 point under what I wanted it to be. But it's fine. I will keep it, and we'll talk later. Anybody else here who plays Final Fantasy XIV enjoy the fishing? Let me know in the chat. So I'm not interested in any of the other fish I'm collecting. I hope they die, even though I'm releasing them back. Meat is murder. But you know what? I eat it. All right, 1 good collectible river shrimp. And at this point, you can see that I have 2 little GP to cast this Patient 2 again. So I am just going to throw caution to the wind and just fish and hope for the best, which generally does not work out. It is what it is. Oh. Well, I lost my bait because I hit the wrong button. Harm to table. Oh, yeah, good one. That's 2. I need to collect 6. You'll note that I'm like fully leveled and everything. I just like doing these. 100. Well. So just so everybody is aware, El Hay Games is going to be streaming herself for Geek Therapy in 13 minutes. What are you going to be streaming? My ultra hard playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn. Is that a difficulty setting? Ultra hard? Oh, wow. So that everybody knows, I have historically been an easy mode gamer. I have, in the last couple of years, started trying to tackle things more on normal mode. And I will rarely, if ever, do hard mode or make things more difficult for myself in games. The only game I have played from beginning to end, and not easily, in hard mode was Bayonetta. And that was only because the mechanics of the system, the battle system, made me feel like I could probably handle it. And to an extent, I did. I didn't do great, but I mean, I did finish it. So, it was fun. Bayonetta is my favorite game of the PS3, Xbox 360 generation. It's just an incredible game. Now, Horizon Zero Dawn is my favorite sci-fi story in games. I love the shit out of that game. But that story was so good. They put so much effort into that world, creating something believable and rich and interesting. It was by no means rote or repetitive or whatever. I will say that you could distill the I would say you could distill the theme of the main plot of Horizon Zero Dawn to men. Am I right? Um, but the actual story is way more interesting than that. But you know what? They are right about men. Right? Right. So at this point, I will just wait for my GP to raise a little bit so I can try to get high quality stuff again. I am interested in the Horizon sequel that's coming out. I forgot what it's called. Feel free to put in chat, Jess. But I don't know. I don't see myself getting a PS5 day one. Not that they said it will be a day one game. The game that appealed to me the most out of everything from that presentation that I know about, because I didn't watch it, is that Oddworld game, but that's going to be on PS4 too. So tough noogies for the PS5 for that. All right, it's time to go high quality. Forbidden West, yes. So I understand it takes place between Utah and the Pacific coast. Utah being the only state not on the Pacific coast. Either way, it looks very interesting. I saw an interesting discussion happening on Twitter because basically the developers tweeted that it will have a larger map than Horizon Zero Dawn did. And a developer who developed Android Assault Cactus or something like that. Assault Android Cactus, something like that. Sanatana Mishra. He tweeted he would love to see somebody announce that they have developed the game with the smallest map in the last 15 years of development, and he would pre-order 10 copies right away if anybody announced that. And I can't help but really empathize with that, because there's always this very weird backlash, particularly for the Assassin's Creed series, when a developer even hints that the map might be slightly smaller than like the previous game, and like gamers lose their shit. And I'm just sitting there like, when do you want to finish the game? I mean, like, assuming you want like a general audience or whatever, like there's really no reason to overwhelm. And it's not like if the map was small that you couldn't stuff 60 hours of content into a small map. I mean, look at Dragon Age 2. So I don't know. It would appeal to me to actually have a game where you have like exploration or whatever, but is not the largest thing that you have ever encountered in your life. Because like, I mean, even at this point, like I don't know when I'm gonna finish Dragon Age Inquisition, and I think I'm halfway through. I can't prove it. If you have a good story and characters, you don't need a gigantic map. I agree, Jess. I don't know, like I was never of the opinion that like larger game, better game or anything like that. I definitely think like if there's a game I'm really enjoying that like I would love more of it. But I'm also like a huge fan of games not overstaying their welcome. Like I feel like I should finish a game still wanting more. But like because that means like, you know, if there's another game when it comes out, like I will want to get that perhaps. But I don't think I should finish a game exhausted. Like finish a game and be like, well, that's enough of that. So by the way, before it disappears, does everybody love my chocobo barding? This is the barding based off of one of the trials. Hold on. Hold on. Bismarck, who is a boss from previous Final Fantasy games, but he is in the Heavensward. He's in the Heavensward expansion, and this is just a gorgeous, very avant-garde barding to put on your chocobo. And if you don't appreciate it, you don't know fashion, I think. Does remind me, how is he on leveling? Oh, he's not there yet. Hooked on the reeling. They have some very witty achievement and quest names that reference a lot of pop culture and other games, and I think they're very funny. And considering that this is technically a localized game because it comes from Japan, I find it very interesting that they worked so hard to create these very recognizable references for the English-speaking crowd. What was funny to me, I showed off my Black Mage's anima weapon, that flashy butterfly thing or whatever, and just getting the first iteration of the anima weapon yields you an achievement called Anima Crossing, which I thought was really hilarious. I didn't laugh out loud, of course, because that's the way we engage our media today, but it was a good moment. So I think after I do my next high quality attempt at getting river shrimp, I will do some daily dungeons just so I could try something that isn't one of the dungeons that I have already been farming materials from constantly. Thank you for those who have been putting up with me fishing. And thank you for everybody who tuned in. This has really been great, and I've been holding remotely steady on viewers. If anybody is lurking in chat, I just want to let you know that you're welcome, and I super appreciate you being here. And for everybody participating in chat, you are also great. All right. One last high quality run, and then we'll do some dailies. We'll do some dilly-dallying. It's witty. Fine. So what you saw there, if you get the high quality version of certain fish, you can do what's called mooching, which lets you put that fish back on the hook to try and get an even bigger fish. And it's a cycle of fish. It's a circle of fish. Of course it does waste my high quality time, but I will learn to get over it. Jess, have you ever played Final Fantasy XIV? Well, the RNG gods, RNGesus, is not with me today, but that's okay, because I really don't even need the experience or the scripts. Or to cover my belly when I fish. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get my get all my equipment repaired, and we will do some dailies. For those of you who are not familiar, dailies are how Final Fantasy XIV players refer to the certain set of dungeon and boss like roulette that you can play, where basically you ask the game to give you a random dungeon and you get boosted experience. You get boosted experience for it, and you get sorry, I'm just looking for the mender. It was right there. You get boosted experience for it, and you get Alagon Tomestones, which are another form of currency in the game. This game has 500 million forms of currency that all get traded for different things. And it's very irritating to keep track of, but at the very least, this is not a pay to win game, where basically you're screwed if you don't earn every type of currency ever. But there are definitely things that you will want to get if you do pay attention to the additional currencies. So I'm gonna go back to Astrologian for now. I am going to sit with Marachamp. One of my favorite things to do is finding a building or a seat or something like that and sitting while I take care of my stuff. I'm going to update our stream info. So one moment. All right. And just give me one moment to check something out. All right. Let's do dailies. So we go to Duty Roulette, and basically you get boosted experience if you do once of these a day. And they reset every day at 11 a.m. for a good while in the earlier game when I really needed to. I was really doing dailies daily, and it can also get tiring. And I just memorized those schedules. So let's do 50, 60, 70 dungeon. Commence. And you don't find out what dungeon it is until you're there. And we're just waiting on a DPS to get his shit together and click commence. Oh, Jess, I don't know if you've already left, but have a great stream. Hello, everybody. Put this on. Focus on my tank, who is very cute. Look at that fashion. We are in Amdapur Keep, which I had previously known in my head as Ampador Keep, reversing the P into D, and I am embarrassed to learn now that that's not what it was. This is fine. Lunatic follower. Okay, so clearly we have the kind of tank that wants to pull as much as humanly possible all at once. Or that's how it looks right now. Okay, this is not a bad aggro pull, so I do not yet hate this tank. Anything can change though. And thanks everybody who's sticking with me while I'm doing this. I really appreciate your company. I appreciate all the chats that we've had so far. Finally, you stopped. I had a tank that went like down and around the corner and grabbed all of those too before, and I truly did want to murder him. But for whatever reason, healers are not granted the gift of murder. Don't know why. You know, we're over 2 hours into this and I realize there's something missing from my overlay. You might be able to guess what it is, I don't know. Oh, I'm healing myself and nobody else. Grab the aggro. Here's a present. So one thing I like about healing is that aside from making sure that you're not getting in the way of big area of effect attacks, AoE, I like that I more or less can just monitor the situation in the upper left here. And I don't have to focus too much on what is actually going on in the field besides what's going on around me. So that part is nice. So nobody wanted the treasure, which is fine by me. because I certainly didn't. Where are we going? This is a pretty good party so far. The tank is trying to pull larger groups than what is necessarily stationed, but they are respecting normal limits. And for that, I love them. I hate an ambitious tank. Let's fight the wall boss, which you'll recognize this particular kind of boss from Final Fantasy XII. Not sure if my husband is still watching, but it would have been cool if you could have seen this when you were playing. Ooh. I just screwed myself. First of all, how dare you? The wall is defeated. The wall is dead. Long live the wall. Oh, you know what? I never used divination. I am messy. It's fine. Be nice if the tank would telegraph wherever the heck they're planning on going. Looks like it's here. Oh, nope. We're not doing that. I'll just heal forever. It's fine. Ananta Voga. I do not fully remember this. And thus I will perish. I think what I do remember is very fast-acting AoEs. Jesus. Something's aiming for me. I don't appreciate. Why are we using a limit break now? Oh, was that the last boss? Jesus Christ. Yes, Salad Waster gets my commendation. Oh, I forgot that we fought all the bosses. All right, it's one daily down. Let's move to the next. Like saying hi to everybody. It looks like we have 2 people who've never done this. Oh, the hard version of this dungeon is so messed up. It's really cool. The story in it is like wild. Let's go, Rip Messiah. Come through. No? Okay. Our tank has finally woken up. He's all charged. He has stopped abruptly. Okay. Get it together. Oh, I am level 23 and don't even have the power to draw cards. That's cool. I will be casting my basic cure spell 100 times, and that'll be the end of that. I can't even do a diurnal or nocturnal sects. Alright. So this is a conservative tank who does not pull too much aggro, and I appreciate that about them. I'm also not healing him. Oh my god. Well, he was conservative. Is it a conservative think tank? The think is probably right considering how long he took to even move at the beginning of the dungeon. Like, we're sitting there like, what's going on? Ripped Messiah. I am God of the land, and I reject you. What are we doing? What is he doing? Meanwhile, my dancer is just going wild. She feels the spirit of music in her. Barbie Chapada. And Akito Hasu is a lancer. I'm guessing by the icon of a lance. Because otherwise I really don't know. That's what happens when you only do 6 classes and you don't care about any of the others. You have no idea what they are when you see them. For all I know, there's a class called Accountant. DPS, of course. When the accountant casts file taxes, it has a 50% chance of killing you. We are just fighting the essence of fire, as you do. That fire is glowing. And things are targeting me. What is targeting me? Kill the ads. Fire quelled. For a moment, I thought I went the wrong way somehow. That's what happens when your team just doesn't join you. Chain winch. Hey, girl. Tank was thinking again. My husband is asking why he can't subscribe with Prime, and the reason is because I am not a Twitch affiliate yet. You can only subscribe to Twitch affiliates or Twitch partners, and I am 41 followers away from even considering Twitch affiliate. I do need to maintain an average of 3 viewers per stream. So everybody that's been hanging on, thank you, because we are down to 3. And I need to stream for basically more than 8 hours in a month. So if I maintain that 3 average and I get whenever I hit that 50 follower mark, I should become a Twitch affiliate. I don't know if it's immediate or at the beginning of the next month. But thank you, Francesco, for wanting to support me with Prime. I love you. Where are we going? How would you like me to call you on stream in front of others? Pizzello. Pizzello it is. Everybody meet my husband, Pizzello. Ooh. What is up with this tank? Like, I can't tell if he's having web issues or just doesn't know how to do anything. I don't know. He's been a good tank, though, when he moves. How the fuck did this person just instantly die? Good thing I'm recording this so I can see why that person died and how it's not my fault. You know, so I can defend myself in court. Ooh, welcome new viewer. Thank you for coming to watch me be a decent healer. You will see that our tank just freezes after every battle, and I don't know why. But I'm sure he'll get through that. Oh, we're not going straight to the boss? Where do you want to go? I'm all for exploring. I'm just not actually used to anybody even bothering. Hall of the Secutores. I don't know what that means. Oh, I remember this guy. Stay out of the water. He may not do this before he electrifies the water. Everybody get in the water. I realize I really haven't done this dungeon in a long time. I confused it for another dungeon in the beginning when I said it was when the hard version is really great. I don't know if there is a Halatali hard. Oh my god. Y'all need to not suck. Please excuse me while I adjust my headset, as having something stay in place like that does become a little hard. What are we doing? And why are we doing this? I'm not gonna heal you forever. Why are you like this? Oh my god. Thunderguivere. Is that even a real word? Okay. More ethereal flows. Just gonna drop this. Just post it in chat. If you're new here, please, you don't need to donate anything to me. I don't even have my link posted up there. But I would appreciate it if you donate to the Center for Black Equity, an organization dedicated to achieving equality and social justice for Black LGBTQ+ community through health equity, economic equity, and social equity. Right now, our Black LGBTQ+ community needs us to step up. Is this... Tank doesn't even want to wait for anybody. Oh, mind your business. Grab the aggro, girl. I feel like we just fought a boss. Tangata, who looks a lot like 4 other bosses in this game. Oh, good time to stretch though. Ooh, okay. Oh, something's aiming for me. Mind your business. Everybody, mind your business. Get this thing off of me. So the problem of being healer is that healing grabs the most aggro if tanks don't grab it. Let's see if I can put this thing to sleep. Good. Sleeping. Well, I was sleeping. Kill the boss. Now there's a better method for killing this boss. I don't remember it or know it. This is untenable. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna give Rift Messiah my commendation because he was a good tank, even though it was weird. Going to reject the loot. And get the heck out of here. All right, let's do trials, and I think we might be able to wrap up the stream after that. Thank you to everybody who joined me. This is all very fun and exciting, and I love this indigo armor. In case you can't tell, I have a thing for indigo, and she looks fabulous. Somebody literally sat on me. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Alright, depending on the trial, I may or may not suck at this. Thank you for being here with me. Nabrialis. I truly don't remember this. How long is this opening cutscene? Jesus. Okay. We're here. I truly don't remember this boss at all, and that can only work to my detriment. We'll see. Looks like we're collecting stacks of things. Vulnerability. We lost somebody. Oh no. So I'll tell you what, this fight is not going well. Jesus Christ. And I try to raise. Oop, nope. Don't want any of that. Alright, we're all alive again. That is better than all dead, right? dare you try to kill our tank. This is a targeted attack. Oh, fuck. Fuck. We're still alive. I mean, except for that one guy. But I never liked him. Oh, shit. Okay. We are more alive-like than we were before. Well, at least I'm not struggling for MP. Screw it. Oh, we're getting sucked. You shall wither. Merciless embrace. Okay. We survived that. Hey, everybody. This fight is something, but I lived the entire time, right? And that's all that matters. Thank you, everybody, because I lived. Gonna give it to the other healer because we pulled through. I really wish I could remember what that fight was even about. I think that was Minfilia on the ground. So this occurred at some point. All right. I think I'm going to call it there. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for the stream. It was really a pleasure to have friends here with me, even though that this was just a impromptu test stream. You guys really made it fun and interesting and helped me bring the inner voice outer. So have a great day. Please consider donating to the Center for Black Equity. The link is in the chat. And just have a great day. Take care.